What's up, crew?
Buddy.
Hey, hey, Patrick,
Happening.
Michael.
Patrick,
Yeah, Jim. Good to see you.
do you have that men's magazine bod yet?
He might not know what you're talking about.
I know listen to the latest podcast. It's awesome. You are mentioned by name, my friend.
Oh man. I'm caught up through episode 18, I think. So not there yet.
You
But
might have had a special mention in episode 20.
okay. All right, good to know. Good to know. I'm on the way. What can I say?
It is for you, brother. Muhammad inspired me to create episode 19. Welcome, guys. Michael.
Hey, Dan,
Marquette.
how's it going?
Let's go, man. Daniel, Chung, Rob. Let's see who else comes in. All right, man. We're going to try to keep these quick. The last couple have gone 90 minutes. I don't know about you guys, but my bladder has been pushed to the limits. The last couple. I was like, I can't drink water leading into this thing. All right, let's get into, close this. All right, we're going to get into it. A couple more people. What's up, Mark?
Hey, Dane, how's it going, man?
Good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay, thank you. I'm okay.
Doing good, man. You're doing good, Mark. Keep progressing. You
Yeah.
look better every week.
Thanks. I'm trying to keep those dumb questions to a minimum, right? So, yeah.
No, they're good. No question is dumb. I always say that. There's
Yeah.
there's so many things you don't know, you don't know. So always better to ask.
True. Yeah, true.
All right, guys, we'll get into a couple of things I want to mention. I have some news on HD Muscle, and some of you guys who've tried to shop, they're out of a lot of things right now, and they've had some issues kind of with supply chain. And so that's been a problem that I've been trying to solve for the last 60 days. Couple of different things. Like initially it was the tariffs, and then the tariffs got released and the product on the shipment, and then they received the wrong lids for the protein containers. Just a couple of things that kind of sucked. But anyway, so my job is to make sure that we always have supplements. So the HD is still the preferred supplement provider. But what I've done is I've gotten another partnership to allow us to have an alternative solution in case they are sold out. So I vetted through all of the players in the market, and I wanted to make sure that one, the quality was there, two, the quantity was there. So we didn't have that issue as well. And three, the same type of service and care for the product was there. So I ended up selecting First Form as the other official partner. So their proteins are great. All their supplements are great. They've got everything we need in terms of the vitamins, the supplements, the proteins, the pre-workouts, all that stuff. So if you guys are out of anything, just message me and I'll let you know what the approved substitute is. I have special links for all the products, but I will be either today or tomorrow, with the help of Rob, posting in the school community all the HD products and then the substitutes for those products with First Form. So you can get either or. Yeah.
Thank you, Dan.
But their proteins are really good too. I sampled a bunch of them and all top notch. So I'm excited about that. And they also do one of the things which is tricky, but they also do like stacks. So we could, if we're stacking things, we'll get superior discounts when you put stacks together. Proteins with greens and omegas, when you do it all together, it becomes good cost saving. So I'm excited to announce that. Unfortunately, I wish it was just HD could solve it, but we buy too much product. What do I want to say? It's a good problem to have. All right. So let's get into it. The mastermind was a success, guys. I'm going to post a video today in school recapping it. So look out to that. I was trying to get to it before this call, but I just didn't get a break. So I'll do it probably after this call. And the next one is going to be announced by next Friday. So stay tuned. Next date and location. All right, let's get into it. We'll start off at, start off at the bottom right. Let's go with Mark.
Sorry, trying to find the mute button there. Yeah, I mean it's been kind of a mixed week. Obviously with Father's Day last weekend, so that was kind of disruptive to the program, I suppose, in terms of the diet, but I really appreciate your help in terms of signposting me to to the appropriate kind of things on that menu. So I got through that. Yeah, I did weigh in much heavier on the Monday by probably about 5 pounds or so. As you know, Dane, I had some of those issues with, it's my own fault, but it's a learning as well, right? Which is on the scales and the conversion. So, I've kind of resolved that data. I'm trying to get more disciplined around weight. Sorry, weighing control of the meals. That kind of seems to be where I'm kind of letting down a little bit because it's either a convenience thing or I'm making some assumptions in places, right? So, and that's to my detriment.
Yep.
But as I said, it's a learning process, right? So I feel I am making progress. The weight has dropped, so I'm kind of back to where I was like last week as of today. So I'm hoping that continues that downward trajectory. But otherwise, yeah, I'm still fully focused. I'm still fully motivated. I'm convinced I'm not going to get to 15% body fat because I just can't get away from 18 at the moment. So that's my challenge. But I know I'll get there, and I know that you kindly going to change that program for me as I kind of build up to vacation in a few weeks' time.
Yep.
I'm ramping up the cardio as well, right? So I think that all sounds really positive. So yeah, man, I'm keep on doing my thing and trying to make some progress.
That's it, man. It's progress over perfection. You're asking a lot of questions, which means like you're trying to figure it out. Don't make assumptions, just ask questions. You will break 15% body fat. 18 is a stopping point, 15 is another stopping point. What got us there won't get us here, essentially. So it's just the body becomes really resistant for certain people at certain body fat levels, but once it breaks, it starts moving in the right direction. I can tell already, like your face is tightened up, you're looking
Yeah.
younger
Yeah.
and you're just getting better and better at the habit. So good
Yeah.
job.
No, absolutely. No, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, and then just obviously try and keep those check-ins as disciplined as I possibly can, right? So,
Yeah.
I just got a quick question on the check-in. There's a tab on video, right?
Yep.
What are you expecting from the video? Sorry for the really again dumb question. I
No, it's
probably
okay.
going to ask one.
It's not required. Some people give me video or they're circling. Some people don't. So I don't require it. The photos are required. I can see enough as long as you're consistent in the photos of where you take them, the lighting. That's all
Okay.
we need. But some people like to share a video, so I'll evaluate the video as well.
Okay, and what about measurements then? Measurements on arms, legs, chest, etc. Because again, I find that really awkward to do.
Yeah, it's very difficult to do. I used to get, there's tools now like you can buy and they're easier to wrap, but not
Okay.
needed. We don't need it at your level. That's why
Okay.
it's not required. You're able to submit the check-in without it. If you want to
Okay.
do it, maybe 20 to 30% of the guys take their measurements and we look at those measurements. But if it's more cumbersome, like what you're efficiently doing now is required. That's the important stuff. The other stuff is optional.
Okay, cool. All right, that's
Yeah.
really helpful to know. Thank you. Yeah, I've been feeling guilty where I've not completed that, right? So,
Yeah, no, you're good. It would be,
okay.
we wouldn't let you submit it if I required it.
All right, cool. Thanks, man.
All right, so all right, let's go over to Michael Hilfer.
Sorry, caught me like halfway into a budget. Busy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Things are going really well. Just been chugging along. I've been having to take care of a few neighbors' dogs the past couple of days, so I've been a little bit distracted. But I've been able to make it to the gym and get my time in. So it's been good.
Okay. Nice. How you feeling in terms of your strength and your body comp?
Good, really good. I am trying to lose a little bit of body fat. I think I hit about, I want to say 15. So I'm trying to get kind of back down to like the 11, 10-ish kind of range,
Yeah.
at least for the summer months, just so I can look a little leaner. It's boating.
Boating season.
I was listening to this podcast today. I don't know who it was, but it said that 15% was that threshold you can't allow yourself to go back above, Mike. So
What's that? Sorry.
watch
Yeah.
out, huh?
Yeah. 15% is like, I don't want to slip past that. Dane, what's a good like percentage to go for?
Yeah, 10% if you really want to go. 12% you'll be more comfortable. 10% you start compromising a little bit of sleep and maybe a little aggression depending on who you are. You might be a little short with your cat, but 12% is generally a good spot because you've got some abs and you've been there before. Some
Yeah.
guys have to get below 10% to see their abs for the first time. So,
Yeah.
but you've got a good core section. So for you, I'd say like let's focus on 10. 15%, what Dom's referring to, a podcast I did this week. I always said you never want to go above 15% in your bulk.
Yeah.
And you start looking soft. And it's just hard to get off. So I'll
And
look at you
it's
checking
mentally
pictures.
tough too, because you get down to a certain level and then you hit that 15% and you're like, oh my God, like I'm letting
Yeah.
myself go.
Yeah,
What is
like exactly. Yeah. I talk about that in the podcast, how like I went through this process where like my coach was like, oh, you're gonna bulk, you're gonna build. And I was like, got up there and I was like, my discipline was slacking, it felt soft, I was like less motivated in the gym.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, this isn't really for me. So yeah, I'll look at your photos and we'll make some adjustments and tighten up some things. And honestly, your body responds so quickly, so it won't take long.
Yeah. I do owe you a check-in. I was going to get that done tomorrow morning. So
Good.
I'll send some photos.
Yeah, no rush. They're
Awesome.
they're flying in. I just
I
got
know,
done with
right?
them Wednesday.
And I add one more to the list.
Yeah, so get to it tomorrow.
Cool.
Thanks, Mike.
Yep.
All right, let's go to Chung. Good
Hey,
Chung.
so guys, this week's been pretty good. Been sticking to things. I'm at this place where last week I felt the weight was coming off like real good,
Yep.
and I hit my goal for Monday, and I figured this morning I'd be like at 210, but I sat right at 211.0, so I feel like this week the weight is coming off a little slower.
Mhm.
But I've been sticking to my eating plan. I think the good thing though is a couple of things. Starting Tuesday, I've been feeling a little bit strong. I have more weights to my lifts, so I've been feeling stronger.
Nice.
And then we got a trip coming up next weekend. So wife and I were out shopping yesterday, and I was trying on some pants and realized I dropped 3 waist sizes since I started. So.
Nice.
And man, yeah, so I'm buying clothes that fit a little better now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, other than that, it's been good, man. I think this weekend will be good, and hope to hit my goal on Monday. Um, but yeah, man, I feel like right now I'm in a zone where I feel like I'm kind of cruising right now.
I'm gonna take a look. Where'd you start your weight? Where are you now? And how many weeks into you now? 3
So
weeks?
yeah, 3 weeks in, I started at 220, and I'm at 211 right now.
Nice. And this is your third week?
Yeah.
Third check-in. Yeah, so you're checking nicely. 3-4 pounds a week. And you had Father's Day. I think you only had one real cheat meal since you started.
Yeah, I actually think because we had Chinese food on that
Yeah.
day, and I was trying to be real conscious about just having one serving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I may have eaten too small because on Monday when I hit the gym, man, I was struggling, man. I was
Oh yeah.
like,
Yeah, because you had no fight. I gave you like a good 800 to 1,000 calories to enjoy at that meal, and I didn't
yeah,
get much
Chinese food
around
you
it.
can't gauge it. It's all fried and everything, so I was like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be safe and sorry. And I guess I ate a little under, but no, I picked right back up on Tuesday. Started getting back on the meal plan Monday, and by Tuesday, man, I was doing hit, and then Wednesday was my lift day, and I was feeling right back at it. So I've been, yeah, feeling
Good. Good, man. Stay dialed in. It keeps coming. Like week 3, week 4 is like a breaking point. Even week 3, 4 is like a breaking point. Like, cause the first couple of weeks weight comes off and then it maybe slows down a little bit just because now you're getting into the routine. And guys will either kind of keep pushing forward and dialing in, or they'll start being like, oh, maybe I hit a plateau. My body's not responding. It's responding, right? Just understand it has to come off strategically. If it comes off too fat, you're compromising muscle. So we want it to come off in the right places at the right time, and you're in a deficit, a healthy one that allows you to have enough energy and ability to recover properly. But we also want to make sure that we're preserving the muscle. Because as I'm looking at your photos now, like you can start to see those, like your midsection already.
yeah,
It's nice, so
yeah,
yeah, just keep doing the work, bro.
yeah, definitely. Oh, and then one more thing, my sleep's been getting a lot better. I don't know, the
Yeah.
Whoops, I think it's still kind of adjusting to my sleep. I track my sleep on my watch too, but man, my sleep has been getting a lot better since I first started, which is good.
Good. Yeah, that's all part of it.
Yeah.
Good to hear, man.
Yeah.
Keep it up. All right. Let's go. Let's go to Cam May. What's up, Gabe? Welcome to the call.
Hey,
Cam,
how's it going?
good.
I'm wanted to check in today, basically just raise my hand and say I screwed up. Work the last couple weeks has been insane, and I haven't been getting any sleep at work. So been getting off shift and just being slightly lazy. Trying to stay with the meal plan and stuff, but like getting into the gym and just being exhausted on, 2 hours of sleep and stuff. So trying to get to the gym, got in the gym this week on Wednesday. Tuesday, I slept the day away. I actually got off shift this morning, did a couple things, and then took a nap. So I literally woke up like, 10 minutes before the call. But
Well, thanks for coming.
yeah, so just kind of I lost motivation, I guess. So I was like, you know what, I need to get on the coaching call and try to, lock back in. So, I talked to Dom last week or Rob last week. When we got back from the Keys, I had to leave my boat down there because the trailer broke. So there was a bunch of stuff going on with that.
Yeah.
And I had to go back down there and get it. So it's just, couple things just kind of kicked me off my routine, I guess. And so just wanted to get back on today and try to get remotivated and get back into it and continue. So
Good. Yeah, you got to get back on the horse. What I would say is keep it simple. Like it's still Friday, so don't throw away the weekend and say, "Oh, I'll pick it back up Sunday." Like start today.
Yeah.
Log your weight. Like the very simplest task that you can start with to build momentum. Like if you log your weight 7 days in a row, that's a victory. Because you're going to start to see the pattern. Like, hey, I'm not going forward, or I am going forward, and it's going to start to impact the other decisions throughout the day. Like, how do I get my weight to come down tomorrow? When you don't log your weight, again, it's null and void. You're not seeing the repercussions of it. And it's easy for 2 days turn into three, three into four, four into five. And next thing you know, you're like, I haven't logged my weight in 3 weeks. So I want you to just pick one thing over the next 7 days to do for me, and that's log your weight. And logging
right.
your weight is going to lead to some of the other habits.
Sounds good. Yeah, I think just between, like I said, we were in the Keys for my birthday, and then the next week was Father's Day weekend. It was just like, oh, whatever. And
Yeah.
I didn't, get back into the routine that I needed to get back into like I had in the beginning. So just, like I said, I wanted to get back on the day and try to, get the motivation back in to get back into the routine. So
Good. All right. So do that. When you hang up the call today, log your weight today, and then log it again tomorrow, and you got 2 victories.
sounds good. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Okay. So let's go to Daniel. How are we doing, Daniel?
Doing great. Like Father's Day had a little bit of a hiccup, but for me that was Saturday. Back on track, training every morning, following the diet as prescribed, and everything is awesome. Losing weight a little bit at a time, and I'm okay with that. Clothes is at the end of the day when you put in your clothes and they are totally different than it was a month ago. I'm on my 6-week program with you now. I need to go and start shopping, which is awesome. But it's nothing's changed health-wise. I'm living with it, and I'm moving on.
How'd you do with the green drink?
Today was my first day of not using the powder. I just want to see if the rash that I'm seeing goes away.
Mm-hmm.
I know I talked to you about that at the beginning when I was using a full scoop. It was all over my back.
Yes.
Now it's not there at all. And we'll take a look. And then maybe it could be the vinegar. I don't know. We'll see that later. But,
Yeah, because we're so diligent about what goes in our body, it's just process of elimination. Start pulling out, and then adding back in.
Yeah.
Good.
No,
All right,
it's all
Daniel,
good.
keep it up.
Yeah, thank you.
You communicate with me a lot throughout the week, so I know where you're at.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, Michael Paquette.
What's up,
Fill us
Dave?
in. Fill us up, brother. Fill us in.
Crazy couple of weeks. I've been, I told you, so we'd year end. We'd immediately have to spend a week in San Francisco, then a week in Orlando for sales kickoff. Came home, Father's Day, birthday, and my wife and I are building a house, and we close on it next week. So it's been like a never-ending stream of contractors, and choose this, pay for this for a couple of weeks, but. During all that travel, probably missed out on a handful of workouts. Stayed pretty diligent to the carb cycling routine, right? If I got a workout, I went with a heavy carb day. If I didn't get a workout, I stuck to the 1,800 calories and I think I came out of the tough 3 week stretch down 3 pounds. So probably lost a little bit of muscle mass that I want to get back here.
Yeah.
Not getting in the gym, but yeah, overall pretty good. Excited to have all this shit behind me in July, and catch my breath a little bit. But yeah, bummed I missed you guys down in Charleston. I think my wife would have left me if I went from San Francisco to Charleston, to SKO in Orlando for 5 days. So yeah, but it looked like you guys had a good time.
Yeah, tough timing. The next one. And congrats, man, on the birthday. And happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
When's your actual birthday?
It was Monday. So it was like, we came back from doing all that stuff, and my wife's like, "What do you want to do?" I'm like, "Nothing." Leave me
Right?
alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Nice. Well, I'm excited to see what the house looks like.
Yeah, I'm
That's
excited
it's
to get in
stressful,
it.
but it's like at the same time, it's super rewarding.
Yeah.
Building.
It's we built this 7 years ago. Don't ask me why I did it again.
Oh,
But,
really? So it's the second
yeah.
time around.
Yeah, a little bit of a glutton for punishment here, but a blessing too. So yeah, excited.
Good, man. All right, let's go to, thanks, Mike. Let's go to the other guy who celebrated a birthday this week, turning 43, Mr. Muhammad. Happy birthday, Muhammad.
Thanks, Shane.
Happy belated.
Yeah. It was very uneventful, as they say, because the kids asked me like, "Dad, what do you want to do for your birthday?" And my only response was, "I don't know. What do you want to do for my birthday?"
Same.
So, and because I had just received the updated meal plan, which is consistent calories rather than the high carb, low carb.
Yeah.
Because for me, high carb, low carb was like a punishment. Like it's as I told you, like it's like telling a recovering addict to have a bit more and then telling them to, don't have it. It was just killing me. But
Yeah.
I like consistency, so this one's working out really good for me. So I didn't eat anything. I think the only thing I had was probably like 3 teaspoons of Halo Top chocolate caramel. That's about it. And the podcasts are amazing, Dane. Thank you so much for those. I did want to ask you, like, I think the podcast is very Apple specific, so I don't know where to, like, if I want to refer it to somebody who doesn't have an Apple phone or an iPhone, where to get these? I'm not sure. Spotify. Okay.
Yeah.
And other than that, things have been great. Weights fluctuating between 150 and 152. I'm looking forward to my cheat meal, the one that I talked to you about.
Yeah, tell the group what you opted for a cheat meal. We've strategized about this cheat meal.
So first of all, it's Dane's fault. He put that idea in my head. My cheat meal of 1,000 calories is gonna be. So I asked him, like, okay, if it's 1,000 calories, how much cream of rice does that translate to if I use 2 scoops of whey isolate? So it's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty serious. Because he told me about one of his clients who had like 300, he misread rice from cream of rice and it ended up having cream of rice. So I was like, 300 grams of cream of rice, or I don't know whether it's 250. I'm like, man, that sounds awesome, right? So I thought, why not?
Yes, I'm not going to call anybody out, Rob. But somebody ate 300 grams of cream of rice and was like, "Oh, it's like a cake." I was like, "Well, how much cream of rice did you have?" And yeah, so Muhammad's going to enjoy 300 grams of cream of rice. You got to take a picture of that. It's going to be.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's
this thing though, when you go to cream of rice, like most of you guys start out with like 35, 45, and then if you carb cycle, you get to get like 80, 90, 100. It's so hard going back to the 45. It's like you've almost been spoiled. You're like, I can't eat such a little bowl of cream of rice now, so now I gotta train hard.
Hence the 300 grams of cream of rice for me as a cheat meal.
Yeah.
So I'll let you guys know how it turns out and how much that actually looks like. Other than that, one of the wins for me has been for my, like, I've started recently noticing that. Well, it has been happening for a month and a half, but I just wanted to make sure that it's consistent. Is that my kids have started, eating a lot healthier. So like for breakfast, the standard breakfast that they have is like boiled eggs and a scoop of whey isolate in milk, right?
Wow.
So yeah, and it's not like I forced them into it, right? They just started it.
That's
So
awesome.
that's a win, right?
That is a win.
So
That
that's
is
better than
awesome.
eating pancakes, sausages, or even fried eggs. So I'm happy about that. I also got I got this. It's called I don't know if you guys can see it. It's that I think it's called a fat measuring
caliber.
caliper. Yeah. So
Yep.
I measured it today. It I think it came out to, based on the age, it came out to like 13.5% body fat. So because today was just day one that I checked. I'll do that consistently to see how it's turning out.
Yep.
So that's the other update. And I had a question for everybody. Like, in terms of whey isolate, are you guys brand loyal? Because I tried shifting to another brand and it really messed up my digestion, right? So I'm like, man, this feels like, feels like one of those days when when you stick to a particular pack of smokes, right? You don't want to shift, right? Because if you shift, it messes up your throat,
Yeah.
right? So it kind of felt like that. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna go back to my original brand that I was having, that I'm comfortable with. So I was just wondering, that is it just me, or has that happened with anybody else as well?
Switching cigarettes or way?
No, whey isolate. I'd smoke.
Whey isolate.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. No, I think I talked to Dane when I started. Like, I was doing a different type of protein bar, and I switched to the battle bars, and it messed me up. But then once you kind of push through it a little bit, and for obviously the benefits of a cleaner protein, it usually settles itself out. But yeah, I'm like that. I went from Transparent Labs to HD, and it kind of did the same. And I've used First Form before, so I know that one won't bother me. But there are certain brands I can't touch.
Yeah, I tried a hydrolyzed whey isolate because they said that, oh, it's better than whey isolate. So I tried it. I mean, it's good, but just messed up my digestion. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna shift back to my whey isolate because that's just cheaper and it doesn't mess up my digestion.
So
Yeah,
Mo, I
I'm
did both.
same.
I
I'm
do
very
the
picky.
HD, and then I do the Battle Bar. So the company, they have the two whey proteins, and they're super tasty. I cannot get enough of those, man. I mix vanilla with HD vanilla with about a scoop of either s'mores or that cinnamon and toast crunch. Oh God, is that good? And
Battle Bars makes a protein powder Jim's talking about.
yeah, and it's super yummy.
Yeah.
I'm experimenting.
That s'mores one is off the chain. That Battle Bar.
You gotta try the cinnamon. I think the cinnamon is
Cinnamon
even better.
Toast Crunch.
Like, dude, this is good.
Yeah.
I've been doing the coconut
And I know
from HD.
I know Dane has a
You ever tried
relationship
that?
with HD, and I respect that, and I'm doing the best I can to stay loyal to that aspect. But and he spoke about it on the onset. My frustration is their supply chain, and they did respond to me, Dane. So I'll give them that.
That's good.
And they gave me the whole lowdown of the why and the when. So I said, well, when you guys get your act together, product's good. I'll order it again, but you cannot expect me to sit there and have 5 items that I can't order because it's not in stock. And it's continuous. So they got it, and they understood it. I appreciated the immediate response. That was great.
That's great.
But,
yeah,
I appreciate the option. I'm sorry to take away your time, Mo, but I don't have any problem switching proteins like that. Doesn't bother my digestive system at all.
No.
Would mom and I have, so I've been very particular about proteins. Like the first couple of years, my stomach was havoc, and I stopped drinking protein powders. I ended up having to drink collagen protein, and then my coach was like, "Well, your hair and nails will grow, but your muscles won't." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "It doesn't grow muscle tissue." I was like, "All right," and then he gave me the isolate, and that led me to the one that I take now, which no issues. So if it's not broke, I don't fix it.
Yeah, so I'm right now I'm using PVL Labs.
Yeah.
Vanilla milkshake. That's my go-to whey isolate.
Nice.
Because it's bigger bang for your buck. I think it is like a 6-pound tub, and it's I don't think any like not many brands have a 6-pound tub,
It's a
so
huge
it
start.
works for me. Yeah, lasts a lifetime.
Yeah, I bet. All right, thanks, Mohammed. Enjoy your birthday week and enjoy your cheat meal.
Happy birthday, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks, guys.
Okay, let's go to Gabe Barr. Welcome, Gabe. Welcome back. Hopefully you had a successful business trip. I know
Buddy,
you-
yeah, glad to be back. Been traveling. Lots of stuff going on. We just rolled out our software, so we're extremely busy, but I'm trying to catch up. Not trying, I am catching up on the exercise, as well as the diet. Just the issue with the body fat not moving down. I gotta hand it to you. You just made the adjustment, and today I was on the scale. It was 14.7.
Yeah, there we go.
So yeah, so I got
Awesome.
stuck on a 14.8, 15 for like 4 months. I haven't gone down a bit, but I'm stuffing more carbs now, and hopefully I will see the change, as well as the exercise. I'm not planning any trouble anytime soon, so I should be fine. Like I said, I'm definitely getting stronger, definitely getting more muscle. I don't see that at the physique side as much, but when it comes to bench pressing and incline, I can see that definitely the weights are picking up so quite heavily of what I used to. So yeah, so far so good. I am loving the cream of rice once again. I think I've talked about that. And as far as the HD, I just stacked up. I just when they had the vanilla, I just ordered the 64 scoops. I just ordered the big ones. So yeah, now I think I'm fine on that. But yeah, other than that, all good.
Good. Yeah, Gabe, the changes we made, I think they're going to be nice over the next 4 weeks for you. So
hope
just dial it in, man. Knock it out. The training, the nutrition. We got the bumping calories. Plus, we have a slight adjustment on non-off days. So I think your body will respond well because you're pushing yourself hard. So let's see how it handles a little bit extra calories on those days.
Sure.
All right. Good job, man.
Thanks.
Let's keep it rolling. Let's go to Patrick.
Great to be here. Yeah, I mean things are going really well. So 7 months in, down almost 50 pounds, like 40, 47, 48 pounds. I'm right around sort of 186, 187, off a 230 start. And yeah, man, it's really good. I like we went down to New Jersey Shore for our wedding anniversary last weekend, and my wife was like, "You need new clothes. Like all your clothes don't fit." And so got some shorts, got some suits, and I was a little bit emotional because yeah, I mean, I started my career in banking, had a bunch of suits, the closet full of suits then, but in the last couple of years, I mean, my only suits were ones that I inherited from my dad when he passed in 2019. So like those were the suits that I had in my closet, but like they don't fit me anymore. And not like it wasn't like a sad thing to be like, oh, like I'm losing this sort of connection to my dad, but it was like I know he would be super proud of me because he's a guy who was like really he was like always focused on like later in life he was like laser focused on like just being healthy and taking care of yourself. And I was always like, yeah, I will, or whatever. But I know that like if he was around, he'd be like just super happy to see how far I've come. So that was like a really nice time of reflection. It's been interesting to see how people react. So I was in the city for work and met up with my brother, and I was like we go see scary movies. That's what we do. And I was like, hey, do you want to also do leg day tomorrow? Because like we can work out in the gym. And he's like no, like I got a little sciatica. so I can't do leg day. I'm like, all right, that's cool. So anyway, so we're at the movie and we're coming back, and he's like, yeah, you know, like I talked to my doctor, and he's like, I've been doing just like pure burpees as a workout. And I was like, why? Like that's like the worst workout I've ever heard in my life. Like, and it's funny because he was like a varsity athlete, like he rode crew, you know, in college. So he's like always been the fit one, and like now I'm the fit one. And so he's like he hasn't said anything about like me sort of changing my physique over the course of the entire thing, like at all. Like hasn't said anything.
Yeah, it probably never will.
But he's like trying to be like, oh yeah, like I'm working out too. Like I'm doing max burpees. And I was like, great. Sounds like that's a great recipe for sciatica. You know, like you know, what are you doing? Right. So anyway, that was good. And then I guess my sister-in-law was like, oh, like said something to somebody about like, oh, Patrick's so grumpy. And it's like, I think probably the reason is because like most of the times I see her, it's at like family dinner when I have to like really constrain what I'm eating, like and have to like not have this creamy chicken, like not have this mac and cheese, like just have like, okay, like, you know, lean protein, some vegetables on the side. And but like you gotta be focused for that, right? And like, you know, everybody else is like eating like, you know, no bake cookies and cheesecake and like all this delicious stuff that, you know, my in-laws make. And I'm focused. And I think she interprets that focus as grumpiness. So I'm trying to, so she's also like going through a gluten thing. So I made a bunch of Elevate muffins yesterday, and they're decent. They're pretty good. My wife loved them because she hasn't had anything sweet to eat for like weeks at this point because she's on the mom bod track. But yeah, I mean, I think we'll tweak with the recipe. But I was like, all right,
Yeah.
I'll give some of these to Mary Beth, and she'll think I'm not anymore because I'm thinking about her. Because she's also on some kind of gluten thing. And then yesterday we had to buy a car, and so it's, you know, you're stuck in a dealership for like hours sitting across the desk from this guy. And so I just told him about, I was like, hey, like, so he had like, I saw he had a bag of strawberries and a bag and like a banana there. It's like clearly like he's like, oh, like bringing his own food. So I started talking to him, and he's like, oh yeah, you know, I try to go like, you know, 2 times a week to the gym. And he's like, oh yeah, when I was a 40, I was at like 130, 135, and like definitely not that anymore. And so anyway, just you probably have a new subscriber, Dane, like long and short of it, because he's like, oh man, like how old are you? Like you look great. I was like, yeah, well, I have a system and I've got a coach, and like wrote the name of the podcast on his planner there. Yeah, so things are really good. I guess just 2 other things that people said. So Cam, like just want to give you a shout out, like, you know, we've all been there, man. You know, whether, you know, we're not all in the same line of business, but like we all hit opposition, and it's how we respond, right? The opposition will come. It's not an if, it's a when, right? It will come. And part of this program is to like build the muscle of bouncing back. And so I would just say like have total grace with yourself, just that like this is where you learn the resilience, and we've all been there, like every single one of us. So don't beat yourself up at all. Like that's not what this is about, and that's not how you grow. So I'm glad to be in this fight with you.
Appreciate it, man.
And then the other thing I want to say is Chung, is Chung still in here?
No, he left. He had to
Oh,
bounce.
man. Well, anyway, I'll just comment on what he was saying about like, you know, getting strong and like adding more weight. And like I remember that because it's my, you know, ring with somebody else, right? Like, you know, you like, yeah, like lift weight, more weight is good. I feel like lifting weight slower is better. And so like these, you know, and I'm a little bit more constrained because I got a home gym. But like it's same weight, but you lift it for twice the amount of time, not twice the number of reps, but like just really slow movements. And yeah, I mean you feel it real hard. And that was, you know, that's something I, you know, picked up in the mastermind. I think that was also the podcast that dropped right around that, was like you mentioned that there's a bodybuilder who's like, I can do more with 35s than some guy bouncing hundreds at the gym. And I was like unlock. So yeah, I'll just echo what Mohammed said about the podcasts are awesome. And like, you know, I'll be honest, Dan, I was like a little bit worried at the beginning. I was like, man, like daily podcasts, like how is this guy gonna like, you know, churn out content like day after day after day? But then like I was like, you know what, Dave's been at this thing for 5 years. I mean, he's got like a PhD and body transformation. Like no joke, right? And like, so yeah, I mean, if you break that down into 15-minute segments, like I don't have any doubt that you're going to be able to continue to just drop gems 5 times a week, you know, until the end of time. So just vote of confidence. And then the last thing I'll say is like just because of my own failure to you know, order stuff on time, I had a week where like I had no green powder, but what I did have was I had the kids chocolate green powder, because I got the chocolate
Yeah.
one for my kids, because I was like, oh, like, you know, they'll love this. They don't love that at all.
No,
But-
I know. I have tubs of it. My kids is not drinking at all.
But it's like if you don't have green, like chocolate greens is like not a bad substitute. So you just do a big old scoop in there, boom, and so it's a little bit more palatable than the green powder.
Regular greens.
If you need a break, it's not a bad way to break up the routine. So, but yeah, man, having a great time, and yeah, this is the way.
Good, man. Let's go. 50 pounds right around the corner. And your brother-in-law probably never will say anything. That's the way it goes. I've got brother-in-laws that say they just keep getting worse, and they just keep pretending nothing else is happening. It's just the way it is. And you be the one. Eventually, they're going to be curious. Good, man. And thanks for the compliment on the podcast. I love doing it. It's part of my nighttime routine. My kids go to bed. I go in the office. I record the new episode. So yeah, it's like therapy for me. All right, let's keep it rolling. Let's go to Dr. Thomas.
How's everybody doing? So
Good,
it's
man.
great
How
to
are
hear
you?
from everybody. Good. So I guess over the last week, I kind of had an eye opener that I was drifting off a little bit. Dan, you kind of had me kind of come back in. Some of the things I was doing, I was kind of going by the diet, but you know, throughout the day, I was thinking, well, how some almonds are good. So I'd like have some almonds here, have like at home, I'd grab like a handful of blueberries and have it. And then I kind of just got a little bit more strict back on the diet, and also kind of dialed in some of the cardio. And I think over the last 3 or 4 days, I kind of dropped 3 more pounds or so to a new low of 216.2, I think, this morning. And I started right around 238. So kind of 8 weeks in. So it's I'm feeling better every day. It's nice to see the scale drop, because I was in a little bit of a lull for a couple of weeks where it just was kind of going down and up and down and up and just bobbling. And it's hard not to get a little frustrated with that, but you try to kind of just stick with the routine, stick with the plan, and and just have all the faith you can in that plan. But it's hard. So now, I've kind of kept going. It feels pretty good. I went through this last weekend of the Father's Day. I did have some steak, but steak and broccoli. My kids ended up making me a Father's Day meal. That wasn't too bad. The day before that, I went to a wedding, and so tried to stick as best I could at the wedding. Although there were a couple things I ate. I think I ate one piece of fried chicken, which was not too good. But I tried to kind of reel in, kind of not go off the deep end. But I'm just kind of enjoying it. Everything. My kids, my wife, they see a total difference in me, kind of in this last 8 weeks or so. In like everybody else is saying, the clothes are starting to kind of fit differently. My belt, that I look like I was like, I'm gonna have to get a bigger belt, but now I've kind of gone through all the notches. I'm on the last one, and soon I'm gonna have to get new belts to go smaller. So everything seems to be kind of going in the right direction. Kind of hanging in there. And so I think in all, even though it's Father's Day and had a wedding and all that, the last week, it's been kind of a win now that I've been able to dial it in with a little bit more cardio, keeping the weights going, and being a little bit more dedicated to the diet.
Good. Yeah, we went back and forth, and I think it's just like just another 1% better, and it's like you'll start to see those little unlocks will keep bringing that weight off. So anytime we get stuck, it's
Yeah.
either a compliance issue or it's the body stop responding. So I saw that, hey, there's a room for a little more compliance. Let's try to push the level there, and then the body will start responding. But yeah, man, your weight's coming down. So the more compliant we get, the healthier you're gonna get over time. And I love that it's becoming part of your non-negotiable. Like you showed up for the workouts. Now you're recognizing how important the cardio is. You're getting better at the nutrition. You're still dealing with life. And when you start getting recognized,
Yeah.
it makes it that much better more of an anchor.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, in the morning, I get up early in the morning. Like I said, I get thrown a few curveballs from getting calls from being on call for, for cardiology. But then I just make sure that I make room to do the weights in the evening. Every once in a while, doing an evening workout, doing this full body evening workout, and then turn around, do it first thing in the morning. It's a little bit hard, but I just get through it, get back on
Good.
course. Yeah.
Keep it going. Inch
All
by
right.
inch, brick by brick. Thanks, Dr. Thomas.
Sounds great.
All right, let's go to Jackson. Actually, looking good, Jackson. Looking pretty jacked. Every time I see a post on LinkedIn, I'm like leaner and leaner.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Looking awesome.
Yeah, dude, I love this program. I'm excited about it. The last few weeks have been insane. Just within the last 2 weeks, I had a client. I started like a little dev agency basically right when I started this program. And I've just been, it's like a B2B dev shop, and I've been bootstrapping it this whole time. And one of my clients was like, "Hey, I want to move like our launch date up to like the end of next week, which is today actually." And which was like way ahead of what we were planning on, but he doubled his monthly. He was willing to, it was for also better hardware, some experimental stuff with like AI. And so it was like, I was like, I don't even know how to do this, but I was like, sure, man. So he doubled his MRR for it. And I ended up getting everything done yesterday. So I've been averaging like 14 to 16-hour days the last like 2 weeks. And I messaged Dane. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be like really busy for the next little bit." So the program's been a little bit of a struggle, and I can tell like I've lost some muscle mass and I've like put on a little bit of fat for sure. But I finally finished that deal, and what was cool about it is this was a big milestone for us, where we finally have enough signed MRR to pay the bills month to month from the business now.
Great.
And so, yeah, so I'm stoked. That was a huge win. It's been just a ton of work and a ton of hours. And so I'm actually really stoked. I'm starting to pull back on work now, balance out my schedule a little bit. And I'm really, really excited to just really like lock in on the program again. So this week, obviously was tough, and I'm kind of down on my progress for sure, but I'm excited to have some time back. And I'm hoping this next week to just get some killer results and get back into it.
Good, man. Yeah, use it as your outlet, like to get back in and just really kind of push your grind in there. Red Bull always helps. Posting daily and having that standard always helps. Clients' cash flow coming in helps. But also like going in and just rewarding yourself with a kick-ass workout and feeding yourself right.
Yeah, I'm
all
stoked,
starting to
man.
come together for you, brother. Good. Thanks, Jackson. Appreciate the update. It's a good one. All right, let's go to Mr. Zach Godfrey, the man, the myth,
Hey,
the legend.
you know what? So the whole office building doesn't hear me. Maybe I should shut my office door of my cool digs that we've got here. Exciting news. You talk about growth, Jackson. I got to inform the people at the building here that it looks like we're going to be occupying potentially the rest of this wing going down the hallway, and we could be, 150 agents strong nationwide already, and probably 25 to 35 employees by July 1st to July 15th. I'm hiring a vice president of global partnerships and just some pretty cool things. But, it all starts with this journey. And each step that I had to take to realign myself, each step of dedication that I had to take in order to be able to truly focus myself in and take the alignment that God needed to put me in order to set me on the path that I've been on. And also realizing and listening to you guys, no matter what part of the journey you're in, going into the month of July and August was when I decided to really start resetting myself. And it just blows my mind that I'm nearing the 1 year mark of where I'm at. And even as I get to this point, you have additional challenges and pieces that you're wanting to put in place. And I reached out to Dane guys, earlier this week, and I said, hey man, I need to lean out, but I want to gain. I need to lean out, but I want to gain. And you have this struggle, that you're going through of the battle and each decision that you're making each day, the almonds that you think that are okay to snack on, or the nuts that you think that are okay to snack on. And every single one of those little pieces affect the outcome ultimately in the end. And so I started, journalizing this whole trip and the path, and part of because they're putting it into the website and the basically the way that the PR team is lifting up, my position on what we're building out here as a company. So it's kind of cool because I'm actually getting a documentation like in real life time. Someone said, yeah, man, we need to start getting some crews around. We're going to create a Netflix series on you. I'm like, oh, dude, that'd be cool. I said, because I could get the whole dad bod crew going on, showing how we as individuals and as men decided to truly lead from the front, to be able to make a decision in our life in which it truly then changed the way that we showed up for our families each day. We showed up for our businesses each day, and the way that I'm being able to hire. I mean, I'm going through these interviews and people are saying like, yeah, I did research on you, man. What have you done? How have you changed your life? How did you do this? And what adjustments did you make, and whatever it may be. So part of what I was struggling with this past week was, man, I got down to 193. And now I've just been bouncing between 193 and 200 pounds. And I'm just like, man, what the heck? I want to try to get those pounds down. And it reminded me, and I wrote in my journal, I'll share it with y'all and then I'm done. But I had to go back to my Hume app. And that's the scale guys that weighs you and stuff. And I really started trying to analyze it and look at this journey here. And immediately I started realizing that yes, my weight has gone up, but we need to remember we are building muscle. That's what's so cool about Dane's program, is we're not just stripping the fat, but we're building muscle at the same time. And muscle, of course, is going to weigh more. And I went from 178.2 to 1.82.6 in the last 3.5 weeks, 4 pounds of lean mass muscle in accordance to my app. And I'm like, well, heck, there's 4 pounds right there. And it's because I made adjustments. I was, even since the trip, truly coming down, concentrating on those gains, pushing my workout more intensely, not necessarily the weight, but how each rep. And that's what led me to my journaling this week that I wanted to share with y'all. And it was, transformation starts with identity, gets rooted in truth. This journey isn't about dropping pounds or lifting heavier. It's about reclaiming who you were created to be. Every rep, every disciplined meal, every early morning is a declaration. I am not who I was, and I will not settle for less than God says I am. You're not building a stronger body. You're building spiritual resilience, mental clarity, and generational impact. Generational impact, guys. Your breakthrough doesn't just bless you. It breaks chains for your family. As it says in Corinthians, do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit? You are not your own. You were bought as a price. Therefore, honor God with your bodies. So guys, keep showing up, keep pushing forward. The old you is gone. Remember that, put it in the rearview mirror. The real you is rising. And basically, guys, let's get it, brothers, in strength and spirit and in purpose.
Hey, Zach, I just want to comment real quick, man. The way I think about it is like this program allows you to be more of the you that you're meant to be. It's like I'm becoming more Patrick, you're becoming more Zach. Thomas is becoming more Thomas. And like it's like all these other ideas that the world puts on us of like how we're less, that stuff falls away. Like Cam, you're just becoming more Cam. Rob is becoming more Rob. You know what I mean?
Amen. So I just shared that little bit with you. And guys, as you go through this and you're changing, I would encourage you to do a little journaling, do follow your path, and you will find encouragement, as even Patrick was just saying, within yourself. Instead of beating yourself up the way that we used to, our old us, we are now being able to lift ourselves up each day because we're reminded that we actually were a worse version of ourselves yesterday and we're a better version of ourselves today. So stay focused on today and what's going to happen tomorrow.
Amen. That's so true, dude. There's a couple that like I shared, it's always about that. Like even my transformation and all you guys, and that's why I'm passionate that everyone finds this in their journey. It's because my wife sees such a different version. She sees the guy that she married, the heart, the well-intended person, the person that she knew I could be and kind of was or had the signs of who I could be. And then when you finally get there, it's like you're giving them your best version. And it's because you're feeling your best. It's because you've kept your word to yourself. And it's also that you're taking action on the voice that you've been hearing, which is, I deserve more. I should have more. And when you see people sometimes that have a better body or more money or a better car or a better house, because you know you deserve those things too, but you're not doing what you need to do to go get them. And there's still a path there, but you've got to be able to get uncomfortable and go after it. And so when you get on that path and you know, I'm doing everything I can to build my best mindset, my best body, my best relationships, then all of those things start to come to you as they are for Zach. And two things that go back to Zach's thing is, one of the posts I made was about, collectively the 8 guys had lost over 500 pounds. And I made that post on LinkedIn, and somebody reshared it, this founder, and he shared it and said, this is one of the most impactful posts I've seen in ages. And I thought that, wow, like for him to say that. And then he wrote to me privately and he said, I'm super selective about reposting. He says, but your work isn't just transforming bodies, it's also the ancillary impacts that result has. And that's the God's honest truth, right? Like when we get ourselves right, think about the impact it has to everything that we touch or that we're around. And when we accept complacency or accept average, that also has a cost. And so all you guys, man, I'm so proud to serve you because of the work that you do and the desire that you have to do the work, even when you don't feel like doing it. And then also last thing to that with Zach is a guy signed up today over the program. And I said, well, what drove you? And he said, Zach Godfrey. He said, I've known Zach through his highs and through his lowest lows, and I've seen who he's become. And it's emotional because this guy was so broken. And he was inspired by Zach. So, yeah, it's way more than just, what the outside may think it is. It's so much deeper. All right, next. JT.
Yeah. Hey, Dane, how are you?
Hey, man, I'm well. How are you?
Pretty good. Always great listening to Zach, by the way. Got like meaningful stuff to say, and I think I can relate to it as well. Pumps you up as well. And you as well, of course. So for me, I think I'm doing all right. I started, so it's the 21st for me over here, right? It's exactly 2 months for me today. I started at 219, and this morning I was weighing 197. So and it's just slowly reducing. Overall, I think I've got the routine dialed in. Like I'm really I'm doing the workouts and I'm enjoying those workouts as well. That was like my one of my concerns when I was getting on this program, that I'm just gonna like get tired and I won't enjoy it. But with time, what's happening is that I'm getting that form, so I'm following and I'm not going crazy with the weights, but trying to be just slow and improve on the form. And that's actually making the workouts more enjoyable, because then I can actually feel what's happening inside the body as I'm doing those. Other than that, between these 2 months, I've had like 2 days where I did some cheat meals. There was just some events and stuff, and I went there and all that stuff. So had some meals off plan, but then I got back onto the plan right away, right after that. And one of the observations for me was that, so I love Thai food and I also love Italian food. So I had some lasagna, and I thought that I'm just gonna like kill it, and I had like a good quantity of it, like a good serve. But then once I had it, all that I wanted was for it to like just leave my body as soon as possible. I think all of that cheese, I wasn't able to like put that in, and I'm trying to like remind that to myself that maybe this is a change, and even if I do have a cheat meal, I'd probably not be having a pizza or a lasagna or something very cheesy. So I think that's a great win in terms of my mindset, because I've always enjoyed eating and stuff and all that. So so that's happening. Workout's going well, diet's okay. I do feel tired sometimes after my workouts, but I think that's a positive sign. This just means that maybe I'm stressing myself out, and that's why I feel tired. And recovery, I actually understand now what recovery means. So I used to hear these things that recovery is important and stuff, but I guess I never really exerted that kind of pressure, during those workouts and all of that stuff. So when I get like a good night's sleep, and then when I wake up and I could tell that, all right, I think I'm feeling much better today and well rested and so on and so forth. So all in all, going really well. And I keep listening to the podcast as well. Really helpful. I thoroughly enjoyed the one where you were talking about the different food choices that you've got, the different carbs that you prefer and stuff. And then so that's very helpful as well. And then Coach Mohammed randomly checks in as well, and I think that's also
Appreciate you, Coach Mohammed. I got a few guys say, Coach Mohammed checked on me already. I'm good. I'm like, perfect. JT, good, man. Yeah, that's the story too, man. Mine, same thing. Like, I ate super clean. I used to love pizza. I used to eat it 2 times a week. And I just got comfortable being uncomfortable when I would eat that food. And then when I would eat it, I'm like, damn, I feel like it was a significant difference in how I felt. So I still like enjoying surpluses. Thai food you can get away with. Like, you can do green curry, extra chicken on white rice. Like, those are okay cleans because it's not going to totally disrupt your stomach or digestion. But when you start adding in cheese and lots of gluten, you're not used to that. It just doesn't make it as enjoyable as it used to be.
Yeah, I heard you talk about that in your podcast, and I was like, this is super, right? Because that's what it's double chicken, Thai green curry, and then I just rice with it, and you're all good.
That's my cheat meal tomorrow night.
You also talked about burger bowls or something around that.
Yeah.
What's that?
So it's jasmine rice, extra lean ground beef. That's the base. And then I put in sugar-free ketchup, a chop up a pickle for the sodium. And if you like mustard, you can do mustard. And that's just the best burger bowl. I ate that like every day for like 18 months. So that's how I do and the best time to eat the lean ground beef is post-workout because it's got the natural creatine in it.
That's my exact post-workout meal as per the plan.
It's so good. It's so good. Now I'm in the kick of I do the white rice, the ground beef, but I do the spicy barbecue because it has like this tangy from New Sauce. And I do it with my mixed Cali veggies. That's my new post-workout bowl. That one's killer too. Just depends on the sauce that you're in store for. But good, JT. Keep plugging forward, buddy. You're doing awesome. All right, last 2 are going to be Coach Rob and then Dom. Then we'll be out. Oh, Jim. Jim's got to go too.
You want me to go or you want Jim to go?
You go, then Jim, then Dom.
All right. Yeah, I'll just add on to what Zach was saying, like exactly what he was talking about there with everything. It's I said it a couple of weeks ago. It's literally just chasing your potential. I mean, some of you guys probably weren't even on that call, but that's what it becomes. It's an ever expanding chasing of your potential. That's literally what we're doing here. It just doesn't stop. So I mean, and for is Cam still here? Yeah, Cam's still there. Okay. Like, yeah, man, like it's you gotta give yourself some grace and then just get back to it. Like what you can control right now. You know what I'm saying? Like it becomes once you start seeing the results in your physique, it becomes this thing where it's an expansion of your mind and you start trying to master different areas of your life, you know? So like, that's why it's like exciting. It's like once you feel like you got your body down, you start getting better in all the other areas too. And you just go from area to area and back and forth. And it's just, you know, you just keep getting better. So yeah, I mean, like, you know, we all have challenges and stuff. Like this week we got a puppy. That dude, he's been good, but like you know, he gets up at night and stuff. We're dealing with the sleep thing. It's been fun, you know, but it just constantly you get better at dealing with challenges too as time goes on with this. It's just a constant improvement of yourself. You know, I'll leave it at that. But you know, for me, it's more mental now even than physical. So
Yeah. Walking into the discomfort, you just get used to it, but then you get comfortable being in discipline. It just becomes this place where you just embrace it. You don't see it as suffering. You don't see it as missing out. You see it as like, this is what makes me feel elevated. This is what makes me feel my best self. And when you feel your best self, guess what? The people around you feel that. And so you show up better for them.
yeah, you start craving that discipline. That's
Yeah.
what happens.
Yeah. All right, Rob. Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Jim.
Hello.
You?
Yeah, I'm gonna be brief, but I'm gonna echo what everybody pretty much has been said. Zach is always motivational in his speeches, but I started 9 months ago almost now. I've varied between 90 and 95 pounds lost. Been very consistent over the last 2 weeks since I left Charleston. And Dana and I chatted yesterday and made some adjustments, but I like what Rob said. For me, this is all mental now. It really is. The workouts are great. The food's great, but it is the mental approach. And for all of you new guys, and Cam, I'll address this one to you. I marathoned over this past weekend Dane's podcast, right? Because I was way behind. And I am absolutely 100% glad I did. There is some information in there that just resonated personally with me. And I think the biggest one, and I had my wife listen to it because my wife's on this program as well. And I said, you got to hear this because this is us. And the one point that he made in one of the podcasts, can't remember which one it was, so this is a good idea to listen to them all, was about who you used to be, right? Like when I met my wife, I was newly divorced. I'd been divorced about a year, and I met her at a karate tournament, the last one actually I competed in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. And she lived in Canada and I lived in New Mexico. Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and I lived in New Mexico. She's all the way up in Canada. Right. So I literally packed up my 97 Blazer, my Kirby vacuum cleaner, my TV, and my clothes about a year later, and I moved in with her. I had zero money. I just got cleaned out on a divorce, and she didn't marry me because I had all of what I have today. She married me for my personality, and that left. And sorry, it's emotional. That one resonated. So I thank you, Dave. It was tough because I had to get her over there and go, hey, you need to listen to this. And I committed to her that I'm making that change. And she got it 100%. And that's where I'm at mentally, right? And I listened to another piece that he had in there about, and I know it's kind of for the new guys and people just coming on, which is great, but I also think it's for guys like me who get stuck every once in a while and do the 1%. And that resonated with me too, Dane. That was awesome. So there you go. Sorry to get emotional on that, but man, oh man, that hit with me. And
yeah,
it's
thanks for being vulnerable.
the way my wife and I are working together. Like I said, she's on the program, but we do a lot of things now that are equally mentally positive. And so do the podcast is what I'm trying to say. And thanks for your time yesterday, boss. I appreciate it. It's working. I think from Wednesday onward now, it's definitely made some improvements. I lost 5 pounds.
Nice.
Just went boom.
Yeah.
Boom. So yeah.
Always critical unlocks.
Yeah.
And
So
you're at the Rob stage, Jim. Like it's mental now. The next year for you, it's like first it was like the action, the habits. Now it's mental, like pushing through, keep leveling up, like getting the content. seeing how it applies, seeing where you can get better, seeing where you want to get better. Like you're on that phase now where like the higher calling is really pulling you towards your best self and you're doing the work, you know, and
Yeah, I got the
you've
strength.
made
I
the
mean,
mistakes and you recognize it. And that's really important too.
I just got to deal with the weight side of it. I mean, I have the strengths there. I'm just can't see it. You and I talked about that.
Yeah.
I feel
It's
great.
coming. Thanks for
Anyway,
sharing that,
thanks
Jim.
everybody. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you. All
I
right.
think it's also the fact that Dane that that's what resonated with me as well, Jim. What you said and what Rob said as well. That initially it took me a while, but as I fell in love with the process, Dane always used to say, "Fall in love with the process, and the physical will follow." Right. So that's that it's the same thing. It's mental satisfaction. It's meant towards that, and the physical just follows.
Yeah. Yeah, Mohammed, you did a great job at getting through that. And you're one of the episodes I talked about, which is like around week 5, where you really start having that old behavior and thoughts try to sabotage your success, and you push straight through it, you know. But you also, what Mohammed did was when he feels that, as I like to say, sometimes it's our little bitch voice where we're overthinking things. Like he always just, hey, can we talk? Like I'm having these thoughts, and he's always able to just trust that he can come to me and like put it on the table and then say like what's real, what's not here, and we deal with it. So he's always looking for the solution and always like, hey, is this real, or am I just like imagining these things? And most of the time I tell him he's imagining these things. All right, let's wrap it up with Dom.
Cool. I love listening to all of that. And the problem when you go last, right, is you kind of feel like you got so many ideas spurred on by what everybody else is saying. But I mean, listen, I'll keep it short as well. I definitely will take a minute just to talk about the mindset, mental side of this, right? Which is definitely, I feel, where you get to easily within 90 days of being on the program. So I mean, my journey was like this, right? So my journey was I made a decision that where I'd got to in life was not where I wanted to be. I like the way Jim said it. The guy that my wife fell in love with was no longer the guy that was showing up every day. I was delivering a lot of things that I thought was important, bringing money home to the family, building a career, building all sorts of stuff. And what I see now is that slowly, the thing that my wife fell in love with, the thing that she wanted in her life, was disappearing more and more and more every day. She didn't need the money at the beginning, and she sure as shit didn't need the money now. But I thought I was replacing one thing with the other, and it's just not a good formula. So that switch for me was, I mean, that was the impetus to change, right? Waking up to that fact. And then actually, I didn't love the process, right? I mean, I can't claim that I fell in love with the process at the beginning. I committed to the process because I knew that hard things require hard work. I fell in love with the process gradually afterwards, right? So I learned how to think about the process differently through the process, through doing the work. And I think that the way I would categorize that is that I was a bitcher and a moaner about hard things. And I learned that ultimately the only thing you control in life is how you react to what's happening to you in life, right? I mean, life happens, and it can happen for you or it can happen to you. And I just decided to change how I thought about it. It's going to start happening for me, not to me. And I just basically try and fail every day at this too, right, guys? I'm not preaching. But I try to take everything that life throws at me and turn it into something good for me. Good in the sense that it's immediately good, or good in the sense that I can learn something from it and make it good later on in life. So I've learned to love the process, want the process, miss the process when I can't get to it because of where I am or what I'm doing. And I think that's what locks it in for me. That's what means that it's just going to be there forever. Is I haven't given anything up anymore, right? I mean, I look forward to what I eat every day. I look forward to go to the gym. I look forward to the discipline. I look forward to every part of it. And I think that's the stepstone, right? That's what I would encourage anybody that hasn't yet hit that mark. Just keep pushing, man, because it's like a relationship, right? You have that sort of flash of love, you know, first kiss, first whatever you did. But I mean, you actually fall in love later, right? You fall in love after being with that person for a long time. And if you look at some cultures, right? I mean, my wife's actually from an Indian culture, and where arranged marriages are not uncommon. We're not arranged, but in past generations not uncommon. And you see really strong, loving relationships where, I mean, they were just put together. They didn't even have the flash of love at the beginning, right? So you learn and you grow into the things that are sustainable, I think, over time. And I would just, you know, try and apply that, right? So if you're not loving it right now, just push it, because you will love it eventually, because you will love what it's doing for you. And Cam, I put it in the chat. I don't know if you saw it, but another big transformation in the way I thought about things. I'll start again on Monday. I'll reset again on Monday. This week, screw it. I'll try again next week. Was my reframe, man. But I'll say the word now slightly differently. Reframe that and just literally put the phone down today and just keep going with the stuff that you were doing well, and try and push aside the things that you weren't, and just make today a little bit better than yesterday and tomorrow a little bit better than today, and you will get there, right? You do not need to do a massive reset. You just go with the flow, man. Life, I think on the last call you told us you were having some really bad luck with a bunch of shit. And you're here today, so good for you, right? Just keep going, and I think it will work out. And the podcast, right? This is not an idle plug. Like Patrick, I really was like, I was sitting there when Dane said, I'm going to do one every day. I was like, wow, man. I mean, talk about setting yourself up to a big goal that you're not going to be able to follow through on. But it's incredible, right? I mean, it's there daily, and I actually think they're getting better daily. The first 5 episodes kind of probably didn't mean a lot to us, because we've actually learned all that stuff through the program. And that's us where we are, whether you're on day 15, day 60, or day 90. That you've already got that. But I mean, if you can get to episode 6, 7, 8, for me, they really started hitting at 13. I've been on the program for a year, but at episode 13 and onwards, I mean, I'm saving these episodes, like to go back to them maybe one day, right? Because there's something in them that is immediately applicable. I mean, I call it's education, not information, right? I mean, that shit will help you. So if you're not watching them, or if you listening to them, or if you did and you gave up at 5 because you're like, yeah, I'm getting that out of the program, keep going, because they're deeper and more meaningful and helpful. And that's, I think, why Dane's creating them and why he's got the momentum to push them out every day, because it's not just information. It actually is helping, and people are reaching out and saying, this is cool, man. Can't wait till tomorrow. So I'll leave you with that. Love the episode, love the session today, guys. Like I said, it's a good thing on Friday for me to hear what everyone's doing and just feel encouraged. So have a good weekend.
Great way to end it, man. That's well said. And yeah, it is. When you guys reach out, you share that with me. It's like, I get so excited to go. I love spending time with my family, but every night I do get excited. Like, I get to go put something out there, you know, and I pray on it, and it's like, yeah, this is it. So appreciate the encouragement, appreciate the support. Dom is a great example of, like, it wasn't always easy. It wasn't always something he wanted, but he just kept pushing long enough to where it became something he desired, because he saw the outcome, and the outcome is just a better version of yourself for everyone that you love. And you are the energy leader in your house. So you got to be able to control your energy. And this is a way to reset and have a process every day to get yourself to the right level energy wise that sets the tone for the house. And we all make mistakes. Like I have, in closing, like I just had a breakdown on Wednesday. Like I haven't lost my shit in a long time. But Wednesday, I just did. I had a tremendous amount of workload. I had a lot of just things that Father's Day, I had hours that I couldn't get the check-ins, and it just put stress on me. And then I had other deadlines in the business. And then I had film that I had to shoot, and I had kids at the camp, and only one car to do all this. And everything had happened in this 1 hour. And it was just like a fucking, the lid just came off, right? And it was like, and then my wife's like trying to like, at like the worst possible time is like, to now start telling me like law of attraction shit. I'm like, now is not the time to be trying to educate me. Like I'm blowing, like, it's just not the right time, you know? Well, don't tell me. I'm like, you should know this isn't the time. Like, I'm not like going to stop my rant and be like, oh, you're so right. Let me go pick up a book and learn principle number 3. Like I'm just letting it out. Like, I'm not speaking to you, but I'm letting it out, and it needs to come out. And then afterwards, of course, hey, I'm sorry about earlier, you know, like, but in the heat of it, I'm like, I'm not apologizing because you interjected yourself into my world. So now I'm not going to have to apologize. And then it was like, nope, you know, she's like, I thought you knew how to control them. I'm like, don't put that shit on me. You know? So we all have these mistakes, but I did catch it later. And obviously I had to apologize, and she had grace and forgiving, but I just recognized, hey, there were things that were building up to that I probably could have did a little bit differently, leading up to me being able to have all that tension and exploding. So one of them was get to the gym and have my time. I had multiple days where I just didn't have my hour in the gym, and it just led up to me exploding. So yeah, wives have a tremendous amount of grace, and my kids do too. They weren't there for this one, but yeah, so we all make mistakes, guys, but get back on it, find a process and master it. Appreciate you guys. Love you. This was an awesome session. Have a great weekend.
You too, Dane.
You
Take
guys.
care, guys.
Take care.